Hi everyone, delonewolf here and welcome back to EVE Online Ascension. So this is basically right after the Ascension expansion was launched, and I did a few things first. I'll quickly show you guys what's happening here. So I have an invention lab, a research lab and a manufacturing plant that are inbuilt. Takes around 6.5 hours. That's quite doable, but I also am making a blueprint copy of a Raitaru because I'm not willing to travel with a 4 billion ISK blueprint original. So that's going to be 2 days and 8 hours to make one copy. I want 2 of those, so over the next week or so is going to be the building process of my engineering complex. So I thought it would be shorter, but still takes quite a little bit of time to actually get a blueprint copy of a Raitaru. That means that I've got some time to do some other stuff, and the first thing that I wanted to do and test, of course, is this baby, the Orca. I need to refit that for actual mining. So let's take a look at the fitting here. Are these? Oh, tractor beams. I don't need those. Let's get rid of these. Go away. Then the rigs here, cargo hold optimization. This is a very old Orca. This is probably a really bad choice, but I need to replace this with rigs for mining, for drone mining. That one could be okay, but I actually think that I'm going to go with some agility. And is thermal the right one? Nope, I actually need EM, so this one needs to be gone as well. Normally I have everything available except the drones, but I can pick those up from my citadel. So let's take a look, see if I can find the rigs. Large drone mining augmenter 2s and a mining augmenter number 1, because my calibration is at 400 and these cost 150 calibration if I'm not mistaken. Yep, so we can only do 2 of these. So let's get this going. Okay, here's the second one, and then this one, the Tech 1 version, is 100, so this will fit quite nicely in there. I'll take the inertial stabilizer and I will take the reinforced bulkhead with me if it turns out that that one is better. I'll also do a salvager. Then we'll want an EM ward field amplifier for the EM gap, and then of course we want some tank in this baby as well. So we'll do this. There we go. And that's basically it, except for the drones. But as I've said, I don't really have any reserve drones in this station, so I'll need to go and pick those up in Dital itself. I've got a couple of mining drones here, but well, I could take him with me just to have them as reserves as well. And I'm also going to take 1 mobile tractor unit because part of this, since we will be in the belts much longer than with a Machina or something like that, I think it will make sense to try and also salvage all the rats that will come and go as we mine. So here we go, undocking the Orca for the first time in a pretty long time. Oh, actually I have medium drones in here. That's alright, but then the salvage drones, of course, are not too good. So, Dital, let's wait until I clear this passage, and off we go. I should quickly take a look at the fitting for the drones. How much room do I have? Oh, I actually have plenty of room to add mining drones and small drones and keep the salvage drones. So, of course, you don't want to switch, but if you want to, you can, of course. And after this, once I'm basically set, I still need to get a few boosts in the high slots as well. I definitely think 2 mining boosts and 1 shield boost is probably the best solo combination, because you can boost the yields and the crystal strength of other miners in the fleet in case they want to go, but you can also boost your own resistances. You could also do shield HP as a second one to keep going, but normally it should be quite alright. So a skill trait, this could actually be pretty important for you guys to remember as well. You now have ice mining drones, So ice harvesting drone operation 1, you might want to invest in that skill if you want to be able to use the Orca in ice fields. And there is also a specialization skill of that, but let's see if I can find it here. Ice harvesting drone specialization. But you need this drone operation at 5. That's when you can start training this one. So normally, actually, what I can do is put these down here. Yeah, there we go. So then I can go like that. No need to press apply anymore. It just keeps going. And another new skill is mining drone specialization as well. So if you want to be mining in an Orca, you absolutely need to get those skills. Not for the Tech 2 mining drones at the moment, that's going to change in the future, but for the augmented drones, which right now will probably be too expensive to jump on, but of course that is going to be one of those other upgrades that I need to do in the Orca in order to be able to mine optimally with it. That is, grab 5 augmented mining drones. So those have bonuses from the skill, and they are just basically better than the mining drone 2s. So it's looking pretty good. In the market, they're right here, right? So you've got skill, drone skills, and then for instance you can take ice harvesting operation. What I do is look where 4 jumps from here, 364 days. That means it's an NPC sell order, so it's as cheap as it gets. 80,000 for ice harvesting operation, 18 million for ice harvesting drone specialization, and then mining drone specialization, another 9 million. Pick those up, put them in the skill queue, and yeah, get to mining if you want to. That is one note that I maybe want to make at this point. If you're a new player and you're starting out EVE Online for the first time, maybe because you can now play free to play on an alpha character, one comment that you will see come back quite often is don't start mining or don't do missions, because yeah, you'll just be grinding and you won't enjoy that. So the people that post that, they probably do this with the right intentions, right? They want to get you in the interesting nullsec gameplay and things like that. But I would actually nuance this, that it's okay to mine if you enjoy it, of course. I can enjoy mining from time to time, not all the time, but it's pretty relaxed, and I definitely don't mind doing some mining once in a while. And so don't get completely strung up on the don't mine, don't do missions stuff that a lot of other people will be saying. If you enjoy mining, if you enjoy doing missions, then you can do that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with enjoying the game that way. So let's put the mining drones in here. I actually have some reserves of that there as well. Let's also put 5 hobgoblins in there. Go like that. Should definitely repackage these. Okay, press stack all. There we go. It's actually increased to 1.6 billion. So I should maybe, well, I'm going to use a lot of this stuff for production, and here is 230 million in fuel for the engineering complexes, showing that I'm ready. Let's get out there. Let's see if we can actually mine a little bit in the Orca. Should be interesting. We have a bestower and an Orca in the belt. Let's see if, is that, yeah, belt 01 on one side. Let's do a warp within 0. One thing that I'm going to have to change, if you look here at my mining locations, I have 2 bookmarks in every belt. So one in, let's say, the left quarter or left half of the belt, and another one in the right half of the belt. With the Orca, I think your routines will become quite different, and the best bookmark is probably going to be right at the edge of one of the belts, and then you can progressively keep mining towards the middle of the belt, and if you really have a lot of patience, maybe towards the end of the belt. But landing in the middle of a belt, which you would normally do with a Machina or a Hulk or something like that, so that you have a good range on all of the asteroids, is probably not the best. This is actually how I would do it. You would want to land right on the edge right there. So here is someone else on the other edge, pretty much, of the belt as well. That's pretty cool. Next up, I'll probably go for all, because here I can now press on a few nearby asteroids. Then we'll launch our mining drones. Go for main. Let's show the ore hold as well. And let's get started. Put 1 drone. That's probably how I would do this. Mine repeatedly. Next target. Mine repeatedly. Next one, like that, and like that. And then as these asteroids get mined out, you can see they're all pretty close, right? The furthest one is 3,000 meters away. So the travel time is going to be low. And then as these get emptied out, you can just slowly position your Orca more towards the next set of asteroids. And yeah, this I think is going to become mining in the Orca, and Naisiki in the Orca is basically doing the same thing on the other side of the belt. I think it's pretty damn cool. You would never have seen an Orca in the belt before this, and so the next stage after this is get the augmented mining drones for an even better yield, and then get some boosting modules so that if someone wants to join a fleet, they can actually get boosts from me as well. That would be pretty cool. So here comes the first one, 252 cubic meters from one cycle from one drone, 500 for two. This is now 1,000, and the final one is returning as well. And that makes it 1,260 cubic meters on one cycle. If I press show info on this one, can I see what it is exactly? So every 60 seconds, 252 cubic meters, right on the money. 1,260 a minute is not bad. All right, it's not as good as a max yield fit Machina. It's not as good as a Hulk, but of course, look at that, 180,000 cubic meters of ore room. That does mean that I can go for 1,000 minutes, basically. No, or is it 100 minutes? Yeah, 100 and etc. Maybe 120, 130 minutes. Yeah, you could basically be mining for more than 2 hours without any problem, without having to leave the belt. Compare that to a Machina or a Hulk, with a very small ore hold. It's definitely an advantage of mining in the Orca. Let's take a look at Naisiki here. Now we've got a thorax landing on, and there he or she is as well. Yeah, doing a little bit different. Here we've got a couple of drones on the same asteroids. One thing that is true, of course, is if you end up with like a larger asteroid, you might want to switch it around a little bit. But that is something that we'll have to get used to as we do this more and more. I think it's cool. I love the Orca. I think it's one of the most beautiful ships in EVE Online. I've built this Orca myself. I'm actually pretty proud of this one, and to finally see it used, to finally see this as a ship that yeah, that is useful in belts, that you can now start to use on a daily basis, is pretty cool. And then finally, of course, if you absolutely want to, especially if you're alone, what you could do is you could drop the mobile tractor unit. In case a rat would come in, you would destroy that with your small drones and then salvage the wreck as well. Grab that extra bit of loot, but it looks pretty good. And this is basically the very first thing that I was planning to do in EVE Online Ascension, is get the Orca fit ready for the final upgrades for the Orca, and of course right here get the jobs running for the engineering complexes, which is going to be one research engineering complex and then one production engineering complex, and then I'll see how I handle the rig situations, because I don't have those blueprints just yet. But overall, yeah, pretty happy to report that it seems to have been a decently smooth launch for EVE Online Ascension so far. Let's go back to the ore hold here, and the first million is almost mined. Yeah, don't forget, if you're a miner, to grab the new skills. And one thing that has been a problem is that your BIOS, history, nope, character probably, and then autobiography. Oh, well, my bio is still here, so not everyone has lost all their biographies. Some people have lost that. I would say just be patient on that. Give CCP time to find a fix for the lost biographies. I'm sure that they'll be back at some point. Anyways, there you go, guys. Very first impressions of EVE Online Ascension, the first work done here. I'll keep you guys up to date on everything else, of course, but for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.